In the heart of a dense jungle lay a small, isolated village called Kalabasti. The villagers lived in constant fear of an ancient mansion hidden deep within the jungle. Known as the Haunted Haveli, it was said to be cursed by the spirit of a sorcerer who vanished decades ago, leaving behind a sinister shadow that plagued the mansion and its surroundings. Mohsin, a young thrill-seeker, arrived in the village with his best friend, Imran, eager for adventure. Tired of their monotonous city lives, they sought excitement in the unknown. However, the villagers' cold, fearful stares unsettled them. Any mention of the mansion was met with silence or hurried prayers. One evening, as the duo sat near a village bonfire, an old man named Baba Salim approached them. His eyes were sharp, despite his age, and his voice carried an air of authority. "You boys don't belong here," he said. "We're here to explore," Mohsin replied confidently. "We heard about the old mansion nearby. What's the story behind it?" At the mention of the mansion, Baba Salim's face darkened. "That place is cursed. The sorcerer who lived there disturbed forces no one should meddle with. Those who enter never return the same." Imran chuckled nervously. "Come on, it's just an old house. These stories are just superstition, right?" Baba Salim leaned closer, his voice dropping to a whisper. "The shadow of the sorcerer still roams there, looking for souls to claim." Despite the warning, Mohsin's curiosity grew stronger. The next afternoon, he convinced Imran to explore the mansion. Armed with flashlights, a camera, and a sense of adventure, they ventured into the dense jungle. The path was overgrown and eerie, as if nature itself sought to keep intruders away. When they finally reached the mansion, its towering, decayed structure sent a chill down their spines. The air grew colder as they stepped inside, the silence broken only by the creak of wooden floorboards. The walls were covered with strange, undecipherable symbols. "This place is incredible," Mohsin said, raising his camera. As he began recording, Imran wandered into a nearby room. Moments later, a loud crash echoed through the mansion, followed by Imran's terrified scream. Mohsin rushed toward the noise, but froze when he saw a shadowy figure standing in the hallway ahead. Its form was indistinct, but radiated an oppressive presence. Imran stumbled out of the room, his face pale. "We need to leave." Before they could move, the door behind them slammed shut. Whispers filled the air, low and guttural, coming from every direction. "Who's there?" Mohsin shouted. The whispers stopped, replaced by a deep voice. "You shouldn't have come." Panic set in, but a faint light suddenly flickered at the end of the hallway, illuminating a large wooden door adorned with shifting symbols. Against their better judgment, they approached it. Inside was a massive chamber filled with bizarre artifacts, bones, candles, and jars of strange substances. In the center stood an ancient altar stained with dried blood. This isn't normal," Imran muttered. As they examined the room, the walls trembled, and the whispers returned, louder and angrier. From the shadows behind the altar, a figure emerged. It was the sorcerer, his glowing, hollow eyes fixed on them. "Why have you disturbed my domain?" he hissed, his voice cutting through the air like a blade. "We didn't mean to," Imran cried. The sorcerer's laughter echoed through the chamber. "You've entered my web. Leaving isn't an option." The shadows around him twisted into monstrous forms, encircling the duo. Desperate, Mohsin spotted a narrow staircase leading downward and pulled Imran toward it. The stairs led them to a hidden tunnel, damp and suffocating. As they ran, the shadows followed, their whispers growing louder. Finally, they stumbled into a cavern illuminated by a faint, ghostly light. At its center stood a large mirror with a rippling surface and symbols etched around its frame. "This has to be it," Mohsin said. "It's a portal. Maybe it's our way out." "What if it's a trap?" Imran hesitated. Before they could decide, the sorcerer's voice boomed through the cavern. "Your souls will be mine." The shadows lunged toward them. With no other choice, Mohsin grabbed Imran and leapt into the mirror. For a moment, everything went silent. Then they were thrown out into the jungle, landing hard on the forest floor. The mansion glowed faintly in the distance before crumbling into nothingness. Imran, gasping for air, turned to Mohsin. "Did we escape?" Mohsin nodded, but his eyes lingered on his camera. The red light indicated it had recorded everything. When he played the footage, it showed static, except for one chilling moment. A shadowy figure appeared on the screen, staring directly at them. In a voice that sent chills down their spines, it whispered, "You may have escaped, but not for long. The end, or perhaps just the beginning."